Os. Os. Konbanwa. Genki desu ka? Hope you are genki desu. Hope you can hear me and hope you can see me as we go on YouTube for the very first time. Welcome to my dojo. This series is entitled Karate in Your Own Dojo. And I'd like to welcome you to YouTube Live. Never used it before, so this is a first for me. Please put some comments in the chat. I'm not sure I'm going to be able to read them because my laptop's miles away, but I will say hello, we'll say hi to people, and hopefully we can interact a bit better because Facebook's been a bit of a pain of late. So I can see myself on screen, so I'm pretty sure I'm there. Good evening, Tim. Us, thank you very much. It's great to see that somebody's alive. And now I see why all the instructors on YouTube do this a lot. So at least I don't have any bald spots and you don't get to see those. Welcome for joining us. And if it's your first time here, then I'm Sensei Scoot. I'm the chief instructor of Asahi Shotokan Karate and Sky England. And I love karate, simple as. Unfortunately, can't train with my students at the moment, so this is the best we can do. So the plan for this evening is to do some sort of Kion combinations, have a little bit of fun, and I think that's going to be my plan from Thursdays now on. So Tuesdays we do some really technical stuff. This evening will involve some of that, and then also have a little bit of mix it up on a Thursday. So we're going to be meeting, hopefully if this goes well, every Tuesday and every Thursday. If you missed the lesson, I'll be able to hopefully save it to YouTube and you'll be able to watch it through the channel there. Going to test drive Zoom on Saturday, so see how we get on with that with a few of my black belts. And if that goes well, then we will hopefully have our Kangeku, which we've sorely missed, probably first or second week of February is my plan. So just a couple of weeks later than normal. So welcome to my dojo. It's a reasonable space. To my right here, we've got the dog's bed and dog's food. So we might see Holly join us at some point, our little Shih Tzu and our club mascot. And make sure tonight that you've got about a metre in front of you, okay, and a metre behind you. I think the only slight difficulty that I might have is that I'm going to go out of screen, so I'm probably going to make some adjustments as we go along to make sure that I can fit everything in. But as per usual, we'll say hello to a few people. Hopefully I can see some of those comments when I come up to the screen. I'm sorry that I'm going to come really close to it. But then we'll get the lesson going. We do a very brief warm-up, okay? Ideally, you do a warm-up at home, and then we can get the lesson started. Can you hear me okay? Does my voice come across? Ken, good evening, good evening. Just another comment, I don't know who you are, but good evening, welcome. Andy Sensei. Sensei Sharon, good evening, and you can hear me okay. Thank you so much. Cole, how are you doing, mate? Hope you're well. Hope you're keeping well, buddy. So let's see how it goes. Let's do a little bit of a warm up. I think my arms might disappear a little bit, but we'll get going anyway. Okay, Kyotsuke first of all. Hey, Ray, os. Okay, just relax. Okay, so just open leg stance, Shizentai, Hachi Dachi. Okay, and just taking your arms forward, rotating forwards. Ich, ni, san, shi, go, rok, sich, hach, ko, jo. And backwards. Ich, ni, san, shi, go, ro, sich, hach, ko, jo. Left arm forwards. Ich, ni, san, shi, go. And backwards. Ich, ni, san, shi, go. Right arm forwards. Ich, ni, san, shi, go. And backwards. Ich, ni, san, shi, go. Okay, so left arm forwards, right arm backwards. Ich, ni, san, shi, go. And change. Ich, ni, san, shi, and go. Okay, spreading their arms out. Ich, ni, san, shi, go. Rok, sich, hach, ko, jo. And crossing over. Ich, ni, san, shi, go. Rok, sich, hach, ko, jo. Hey, very good. Wrists, ich, ni, san, shi, go, rok, shish, hach, ko, jo. Fingers, ich, ni, san, shi, go, rok, shish, hach, ko, jo. Okay, ubi, fingers, tekubi, wrists. Okay, one is your arm, hijiate or empi is your elbow. Okay, all the way coming up to shoulder, which is kata. Okay, which you'll already recognize if you do karate. Okay, so hands on the top of the shoulders, just relax your shoulders. So remember, we pay a lot of attention to relaxing these, okay? Big joints, the shoulder bones, okay? Big muscles that surround them. And unfortunately in karate, there's too much tension for a lot of people. You just need to learn to relax. Okay, let your center of gravity just drop down and just disappear. So that's really important about what we want to do this evening is just stay relaxed. Don't train too fast, too hard, don't tense too much, okay? But just relax and your speed will improve greatly, I'm sure. Okay, so take the right arm across, each, stretching, ni, san, shi, go, and the left arm, each, ni, san, shi, go, and pulling down, each, ni, san, shi, go, and the left arm, each, ni, san, shi, go. Hey, good, very good. That'll do for the top part of the body. Okay, Zenko Tsudachi front stance. I'm really, in terms of the camera, running out of room, I think. So this is going to be problematic. So you may not be able to see my lower part of the body, but you'll understand what we're doing as I go through the lesson. Okay. Okay, stretching down, weight over the front foot. Okay, just let the knee drop. Let your center of gravity drop down. Feel the stretch in the back of the calf muscle, your gastrocnemius, okay, and your hamstring as well. And just twist the other way. And same again. Just push down, drop down. Don't lean forwards. Just sit down, relaxed. Okay, feet twice shoulder width apart. Okay, and then just from your left side here, you're going to touch your right leg, your left leg, your right leg, your left leg. Migi, hidari, migi, hidari, migi, hidari. Okay, good. Arm stretching. And coming down to the floor, bend the knees, walk your feet in together, straighten the legs, and then come up slowly. Okay, straighten geese, nobis, ready to start the lesson. Hey, os. Hey, boy. Okay, so just to warm the body up, let's get going. Left arm chokuzuki. Okay, so this is just your yoi position for chokuzuki. Pay attention for your shoulders. Okay, keep your shoulders relaxed. Keep your hips relaxed. Higher grades, particular Shodan grades above, so black belts. Thinking about using your hip to kick in your punches. Basic white belt, blue belt, red belt, up to brown belt. Just straightforward punches. Think about not just your punching hand. Okay, think about your hikite hands. So hikite, H-I-K-E-T-E. Remember, Japanese words translated into English don't always work very well, which is why when you use Google Translate, you have an awful lot of fun in Japan because they just don't mean the same thing. So, but hikite is the word that we use, and essentially that's the pulling back, pull-push of karate that we call it. So really important to try to relax everything. Your stance should be shizuntai, natural stance, and this one is in particular is hachidachi, open leg stance. And just relax, okay? The trouble is we all tend to do this straight away. So left arm out, and we tense. And you notice then as soon as we tense, my shoulder goes back, my stomach comes forwards, which is not a bad thing, but actually it twisting here. What we need to do is just relax. And you can see that my elbow tucks in really well. However, as soon as I bring my shoulders into tense position, my elbow naturally starts to come out. So this bone here, or this joint here, brings the elbow out. And then all of a sudden, the punch is no longer straight and true, as good as it could be, and is then going to be curved. And if you're partnering with an opponent, then they will see your technique. But this is as best as you can get. So here is good. So higher grades, you'll know that we use a little bit hip, but lower grades, don't worry so much about that. You may not be able to get your elbows to disappear. That's fine. Do not worry. Okay, just do your best. Ganbatte, as we say in Japanese. Okay, so both hands out, please. Just relax the shoulders. Okay, and then slowly bring them back. Squeeze those elbows together. See if you can make them touch. Impressive if you can. Hey, and back out. And ish. And out. And in. And out, and in, and out, and tense, look at the elbows out, and tense out. How much energy does that use? And it just doesn't work effectively. Relax. bring them in much easier. Relax out. Okay, very good. Left arm out. Let's go chokuzuki, and we're going to punch 10 times. Just going to quickly say hello to a few other people that are there. Audio okay, that's good. Good evening, Harry. Hope you're well. Us. Hey, okay. So left arm out. Shizentai position again. Okay, ready. Each. Knee. Keep these so they come past each other at the same point. Hey, here. San. Shi. Go. Rok. Sich. Hach. Ko. Hey, Ju. Hey, okay, good, very good. So let's go a little bit faster, just medium speed. So remember, relaxation, okay, just relax. And only tense at the end of the technique. Kime, Japanese word for the end of. Okay, so not the beginning, not halfway. Don't tense at all until you reach the end. Okay, so 10 punches, medium speed. Ich, ni, san, shi, go, ro, si, ha, ko, ju, hey, yamei. Hey, right, os. Hey, no, okay, back to position and ready for 10 fast. Speed on. Let's go. Ish, I, son, shi, go, ro, sich, hach, ko, ju, ya. Hey, yamei. And right, os. Hey, inoi. And max. Okay, good. So when you're training and your instructor says relax, inoi, whatever word they use, the idea then is that you relax everything in terms of your body, your stance, but never forget that you're in a dojo. So you don't just hands on your hips like this. Be respectful of where you are, okay? Currently you're in your own dojo, okay? But it's important to maintain your form, okay? And this is your character, not just your body position throughout your time when you do karate. I think it's a good mindset to have that discipline because it then travels into regular life, which can only benefit you, okay, as it has done me over the years. So I think that's really important. So, os. Hey. So what we're going to do this evening is just work on basic Kihon blocks. We're hopefully, fingers crossed, depending on time. Gedan-barai, Agi-uke, Uchi-uke, Soto-uke, Shoto-uke. Okay, and we're just going to work on those blocks, and we're going to work on the block initially, then maybe with a block punch, then maybe a block punch or a strike, or maybe even a kick. We'll see how the lesson progresses and how we do in time. We'll finish at 8 p.m. as per normal. Okay, so right. So technique one then will be Gedan-barai. Now I apologise if I move forwards, my front foot will go out of screen, but you will still get the idea of what I'm doing. Okay, so from a Shizentai stance, natural stance, I bow, us, ayoi. Okay, so get yourself comfortable, and remember, no tension, relax. So your hand wants to come here from your shoulder, okay, and your elbow stays down here. You don't want to be doing this. Okay, this is wrong. This brings this shoulder up, okay, and ruins your form immediately. So Gedan-barai makes sure here, down, and then it comes down the arm, and it maintains that distance almost to the yoi position, which is here, okay, and then the hip and the hand come back together. And this is really important that you keep your form. Bringing your arm really high, it makes no difference. So you don't get any more benefit from doing that, and makes the technique slow and lumbersome. So we need to just be relaxed from here, drop the shoulders here, down to here. Okay, I'll slow that down because that's way too fast. So from here, pointing, yoi position. Where do we want this block to go? I want this block to block a punch or a kick. That's what I want to do. Okay, so with my Gedan-barai here, shoulder doesn't come up, shoulder stays down. Okay, here. And then hikite, join the two. Hips currently at Shoman, and hips when we move and we block Hanmi half facing. We've been doing this a lot the last few weeks, so hopefully you will understand what that means. Okay, Shomen essentially means front or front facing, and Hanmi means half facing. Okay, so we are currently Shomen, and when we finish, we will be a Hanmi. Hopefully, that's what you'll understand once we get going. Okay, so ready. A Gedan-barai kame. Yoi position. Hey, block. Okay, check your stance. Your stance should just be natural. Okay, so you fall forwards. Yeah, you let the body weight and let gravity take its course, drop the hips down, and the knee sits above the front of the foot here. Okay, don't push it down too far, don't have it too back like this, don't twist it one way or another way. Natural. Natural. The way the foot works, heel strike, then the ball of the foot and the outer edge of the foot, if we use that as an example with my hands, heel strike, these 2 points here. So those 3 touching points are what essentially control our walking motion and body. We make that as natural as possible. So when we step forward from stance, we want the knee to be as natural as possible because then that enables us to move forward faster. So that's a really key thing to think, particularly as you're a higher grade, how you move. Okay, so when we first start karate, we're very much focused on what did Sensei just say? Oh yeah, left hand, and then you have to kind of like process it as it comes to you. But once you become practiced and well practiced individually, working on techniques for years maybe, you have to think of those things less and less. They become natural. Walking is natural. Make this natural. In fact, don't make it anything. Just let it happen. Okay, we spend too much time looking at this, looking at floor when we begin karate. As we get older, we understand that it's better to look straight ahead. Okay, so right. So from this position here, we're going to step forward, Gedan-barai kame, and come back to Shizentai stance here, Hachi-dachi. Okay, so look forwards, Gedan-barai, each, hey, yame, and now change legs, Migi, right leg, hey, each, your hip. Is your hip square here or here? This is where it should be correct. Okay, hey, Gedan-barai, each, Hanmi, half facing, stance, natural. Hey, yame, hey, right leg, each, and back. Hey, left leg, hey, back. Hey, shi, and back. Go, and back. Roll, and back. Siege, charge. Oh, Jiu, yeah, Hanmi, Shomen, Hanmi, Shomen, Hanmi. Hey, yame. I'm ready. Okay, so that's just the block. Now, what I intended to do this evening, which I'm not sure I can do because of room and because of me, more than anything else, the camera angle. So what I'm going to do is quickly shove you back in my kitchen. Oh, that might work better. Yes, you can see more of the kitchen, but it looks okay. Sensei Huxtable, my back is improving, I guess is the right words. I had it cracked last week by a chiropractor, and I've got another appointment tomorrow. This is the only exercise I'm allowed to do, so I've been told to do 0 exercise this week, which is incredibly difficult for me. Because I like cycling every morning and I like doing karate every day. So there you go. Yeah, back to the chiropractor tomorrow for 2nd session. And I'm really not sure what I'm paying for because I've been in agony all week, but there you go. But it is improving, 100%. Okay, so we're going to take this technique and I'm going to see if I can do this. That's not so bad. Just have to be careful of the units behind me. So we're going to do Gedan-barai forwards and backwards, okay? And maintaining our form all the time in just singular block. So just step forward left leg, step forward right leg, step back right leg, step back left leg, and come back to Shizentai. So that's nice and easy, I hope. Hey, yoi. So stepping forward, Gedan-barai, each. Hey, and back, yoi. Change legs, knee, and back. Hey, right leg back, step back, each. And left leg back, knee. Okay, I think that fits in the frame reasonably well. Okay, so once more, hey, left leg Gedan-barai, right leg Gedan-barai, right leg Gedan-barai, left leg Gedan-barai. Remember it how you will, your way. Okay, Sensei just shows you the way you do it, your way, though, remember. Okay, so here we go, here we go. Ich, ni, san, shi, hey, yane. Okay, so let's just see if we can. You can tell this is my first session, but we're going to get there and we're going to get this good. Hey. Practice makes better. Remember, practice makes better. Famous karate words. One more. Ish. Hey, back. Ni. And back. San. Shi. Very good. So don't rush so much, okay? Just take your time with your technique. Left leg, forwards. Right leg, forwards. Right leg, backwards. Left leg, backwards. Back to Shizentai stance. Okay? Left, right, right, left. You need to think of this in terms of whichever way you want to memorize it. Okay? So just try to think of different ways in the way that you learn. We all learn differently, and I think this is the most important thing that I've learned over the years of teaching students. And that is, some people can listen, some people can see, some people have to physically do, some people prefer to read, some people like to combine all of those different things. So we all learn in different ways, and it's whatever suits us best. Okay, so you just do your way the best. And if, like me, you find that you are not making progress, then you have to look at the way you learn and then think of alternative ways. And be open-minded, okay? So I particularly struggle with computers in terms of if someone's sitting next to me and showing me what to do or gives me a crib sheet, I can follow that really well. But if I'm watching somebody and they're giving me instructions, nah, it doesn't work. That's just one way of myself learning. So how do you learn? How do you learn? Once you figure that out, then I think anything in life is easier. Okay, so now we're going to change this. We're going to change this into a combination. So we're going to go Gedan-barai Gyakuzuki, come back yoi, then Gedan-barai Gyakuzuki, come back yoi, step back Gedan-barai Gyakuzuki, yoi, and then Gedan-barai Gyakuzuki. So this is what I want you to focus on, is your hip rotation. Okay, so once you've got your block, you'll be hanmi, okay, and when you're punching, you will be in shonen. Okay, so your hips will rotate with your punch. Remember your punch, as we said on Tuesday, that your hand does not leave your hip, okay, until you're ready to deliver. If your hand comes off your hip and your hip is rotating, they're not combined, they're not connected in the way that they should be. But to a degree, yes, because you're still using your hip, but you need to connect your hip with your punch. Your hip is the driver of the punch, okay? Think of it, if you're thinking of a gun, okay, it's a bad thing, I know, but the hammer that fires the bullet out in an old-fashioned revolver, the hammer is your hip, okay, and it's a big hammer. You want to use it effectively, okay? You don't want to just swing at the nail and miss it. You want to make sure you connect it with the nail. Hopefully that analogy makes sense. Hey, yoi. So, Gedan-barai, and step forward, Gedan-barai Gyakuzuki. Ich, Gedan-barai Gyakuzuki. Hey, yoi. Come back. Hey, right leg Gedan-barai. Ich. Hey, ni. And back. Step back, Gedan-barai, right leg. Ich. Ni. Hey, left side. Ich. Ni. And back. Once more, step forward, slow speed. Ich. Ni. Yame. Ich. Ni. Yame. Ich. Ni. Yame. Ich. Ni. Yame. Is there any way I can make this work better for me? The only problem I found with YouTube this evening, setting this all up, is that you can't actually see the camera fully unless you video live. So I've just been playing around with it this evening, did a couple of very short clips earlier, and very promptly deleted them, but just trying to get the angles correct so it helps you see things correctly. So from this position here, your position stays the same, the block stays the same, and the hip comes back here, same. Okay. Then when we deliver the punch, we rotate the hip, but the hand stays there. The hand stays there until we're ready to push it through. And this hand then comes back. Here. Not here. This is bad. This is bad form, okay? So here. When you do kumite, okay, when you're fighting kumite, you want your opponent never to see your punch. I've fought some brilliant people in the world, fought some world champions in the past, and I'd say the thing with those sorts of people is they never gave you anything. You never knew what was coming next, and that was the clever thing. Feet or hands, it made no difference. They disguised their techniques superbly, and so you had to block on the move, which is very difficult. If you show your opponent what you've got, here it comes, because the shoulder's up and the elbow's out, then it's really very easy to block. And in fact, that was how I learned my craft, was basically watching other people. Competitions every single week, going into London and generally getting beaten up, but enjoying every second of it and learning my craft through other people. I've always said the best fights you ever have in karate are those that you lose, because you learn so much. The ones where you win. What did you do? You showed off maybe a good technique, a couple of techniques that were really good, to somebody that was lesser, not so good. Learning is better done when it's a challenge. Idomu, I think, is a challenge in Japanese. So much better way of thinking. Hey, good. Hey, yoi. So once more, we'll do all four. Gedan-barai Gyakuzuki, Gedan-barai Gyakuzuki. Yos. Ich. Hey, and back. Ni. And back. San. And back. Shi. And back. Okay, all four now, please. All four. Step forward, Gedan-barai. Ich. Ni. San. Shi. Ayame. Every. Okay, so Gedan-barai Gyakuzuki. Gedan-barai Gyakuzuki. Yes. Everyone okay with that? Hope that's okay. So the format is left leg, right leg, left leg. But of course, for those people that like to break the norm and don't follow the crowd, you can do this your own way. So we can do left leg back, right leg forward, left leg forward, right leg back. So you can play around with this on your own, okay? Just to practice your technique. And you can get somebody to say, right back, left forward, left back, left forward, and shout those out. When we're back in the dojo, that's much easier. You might have somebody at home that can do it for you. And it's just good practice, because not only from a Kion perspective, basic karate, but also from a kumite perspective, this works really well because it electrifies you. You have to react instantaneously. So that's really, really good. So you can change a Kihon lesson into a kumite lesson and mix the two. This works quite well. Okay, but you can have somebody that does it. You can have a Tabata timer, so you can do it to speed. Okay, if you don't know what Tabata is, then Google it. You'll find it. It's in the App Store. But you can do all sorts of things. So you can do this as fitness. Just get Gedan-barai Gyakuzuki. Come back. So I used to do this as a part of my warm-up before my kumite matches, just mixing with some Kihon basic techniques with some kumite techniques. And eventually, you shorten everything. So you will be in Judachi. Gedan-barai Gyakuzuki. Come back. So it links in quite well, I think. Hey, okay, very good. So this time then, we're going to step forward, not Gedan-barai, we're going to change to Agi-uke. Agi-uke is upper rising block. Okay, so the key thing, first of all, is your hand when you're doing your block, okay? Your blocking hand, your right hand this time goes above the head, okay? So this is your yoi hand, trying to make sure this is in frame. So this is your hand. Don't have it too far away. So having it just here, relax the shoulder again, and we don't bring the shoulder up. So just here. Your hikate hand, okay, is going to be this one. So this comes down, following this line to the hip. Don't bring it out, bring it straight to the hip. Okay. Your punching or your blocking hand, in this case, this stays with you. It stays with your body. So the center of the body here. Then pushes up. Okay, does not come round like this. Does not come round like this. Comes here. Push up. Okay, and you'll notice that I rotate my hips even though I'm in Shizentai stance. And the reason being is that this is how you finish in Hanmi again, the same as Gedan-barai. Most of our blocks that we are in hips half facing, so Hanmi. Okay, so we're going to do Uchi-uke, okay, up rising block. So we're going to step forwards and step backwards, obviously, with both techniques, using both sides to improve our balance in karate. Okay, really important to try to get your balance correct in karate. So from here, right, hey, yoi position and step forward, Uchi-uke, each left leg forwards, Uchi-uke, hey, back to yoi, and change arms, right hand each. Hanmi, and yamei, stepping back, right leg each, and back, and the left leg each, and back. Okay, so don't, like Gedan-barai, don't think about your shoulders coming up. Just because your arm goes above your head, okay, does not mean your shoulder has to come up. So this bit here doesn't need to do that. Just stays where it is. The arm is articulate enough, yeah, through all of the finger joints, through the wrist joints, through the elbow joint, and of course the shoulder joint. It's articulate enough to move independently the rest of the body. That's the very cool thing about the human body. Biomechanically, it's all linked, but it can be detached, or bits can be detached. Now we know, and we've said this before in the last few weeks, you don't want your limbs away from your body for too long, but putting it here with your here down, this is strong. Even as a yoi position, this is strong. And obviously, senior black belts, you'll know exactly what this is. Okay, so let's do it again. Uchi-uke. So first one, shoulders down. Try to let this relax here. Come through each, and back. And knee, and back. Step back, right leg each, and back. Knee, and back. Okay, so step forward, left leg each. Hand, right leg, knee. Right leg back, san. Left leg back, shi. Hey, left leg forward each. Right leg, knee. Right leg back, san. Left leg back, shi. Okay, so now we add on combination. Okay, make this a little bit more exciting. So we're going to now do again, Uchi Gyakuzuki, and just make this a little bit more challenging to the mind, just challenging to the mind, of course. Okay, so same thing before, Uchi, hey, Gyakuzuki, and back, Uchi, and back, Uchi, Uchi. Okay, so block and punch, block and punch. Ultimately, once you've started to do many combinations many times, okay, this is part of our Kihon syllabus, but we normally do 5 forward and 5 back. That repetition, it just sinks into the memory, so we really don't start to think. Black belts don't think of the block and punch, they just think of the hip, the breathing, etc., etc. Because we don't need to think about the block and punch. Once you've kind of got these things reinforced in your memory, then they don't need to be thought about. Okay, and then you just do them as your sensei says. So if sensei says, itch, okay, you move on the itch. Okay, and you're not thinking, Uchi, left leg, right hand Gyakuzuki. No, you're not thinking that at all as a black belt. You're thinking, boom, you're there. You're there. You're thinking about your breathing. You're thinking about your form. Really, really important to notice the differentiation between a junior grade and somebody who's trained many, many years. Okay. We've got good experience within our association. We've got people that have trained probably over a space of 50 years, if I'm honest. We've got people that have been training an awful long time. Some people that have trained at the very beginning when Shotokan karate came to the UK and stopped for a while, then came back to it. We've got people that have trained for 30 years all the way through, like myself. We've got people that have dipped in and dipped out. We've got lots of experience. And I'd say we've also all trained with some of the masters of Shotokan karate, which is very good. So we have a good broad range of experience. And it's really important to understand that karate is not about one sensei or one person. It's about different ways of learning, different ways of doing things. So you can learn the same thing 100 different ways, okay? We've talked about this on Tuesday with kata, variation, okay? Shouldn't really be seen as a bad thing, okay? We stay within the karate Shotokan or Shotokan karate framework, but it's good to try different techniques and have some different ideology as to how a technique can be improved. That's what Gishin Funakoshi Sensei dreamt of, I think, when he thought about Shotokan. That's what I've taken from the books that I've read. Obviously, never met the guy. It's a shame, of course. Okay, anyway. Gedan-barai. Agi-uke. 1、2、3、4、5、6、7、8、9、10。One more time. 1、2、3、4。はい、right, okay, so the next technique we're going to do is Soto-uke. Soto-uke is outside forearm block. So again, yoi position for this technique is hand out to the center, chudan, stomach height rather than jodan, agi-uke. Okay, so chudan here, here. Note the shoulder is not up. The shoulder's down. Even if you have your hand up high, you can maintain the articulation in this joint to keep your shoulder down. Obviously, if you're going to reach up, your shoulder eventually will move up. But you keep this as low as you can. So Soto-uke yoi position is here, shoulder nice and relaxed, ready to bring this forearm block across the body to make it powerful. Okay, we're using the outer arm of the outer part of the arm. Okay, called Geiwan or Geiwan here. Soto-uke. Okay, so again, we're going to do the same thing as before. We're going to come forward, Soto-uke, and then right leg, left leg. It's the same format. We're not going to change that at the moment, but in the last 10 minutes of the lesson, we're going to go a little bit crazy with all this stuff that we've learned this evening, hopefully. Okay, so left leg forward, left arm Soto-uke. Make sure this block in line with your chin, and this is effective. So this is no good. Too much area to hit here. This is no good. Too much area to hit here. Here. Okay, this is the correct form. And back, and then right arm each. And right leg back. And left leg back. Okay, so once more, stepping forward, Soto-uke. Okay, hand me, half facing hips. Right leg forward each, half facing. Right leg back. And left leg back. Left leg forward each. Right leg forward knee. Right leg back san. Left leg back shi. Okay, so take your time. Hopefully with YouTube you can zip it forward and zip it back quite simply. I think you can do, my son presses Tumbani, son goes forward by 10 seconds, 20 seconds, 30 seconds. So when you can, hopefully if I can post this after the lesson, you can then go back to this and practice this yourselves. So that's the plan to do this, hopefully in the future. I need to work out the camera angles and get this thing so that it works absolutely spot on for us. But hopefully tonight, if you give me some feedback, it'll be really helpful to find out what we're doing. So we've done the block Soto-uke. So again, as before, we're now aiming the Gyakuzuki. Keep the same technique, keep it simple, so the brain doesn't overwork too soon. It will do later. Okay, so we're going to do Soto-uke Gyakuzuki, Soto-uke Gyakuzuki, Soto-uke Gyakuzuki, Soto-uke Gyakuzuki. Okay, all from Gedan-barai. Okay, from starting position here. This is our yoi position in Shizentai, natural stance, Hachi-dachi. Okay, so relax, 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 relax. Ready, Soto-uke, each, Gyakuzuki, knee, and back. Right leg forward, Soto-uke, shoulder down, each, knee, and back. Right leg back, Soto-uke, left arm, shoulder down, each, hips at hand me, knee, left leg back, right arm block, each, knee, and yamai. So remember what I said before, whatever I'm saying and doing, you remember it your way. Okay, remember it your way. Some people I know tell themselves stories to remember things. That's really clever. I can't do that. Remember your way. Find out your way of doing things. Ich. Ni. San. Shi. Okay, so let's go a little bit faster. Medium speed. Soto-uke gyakusuki. Ich. Ni. San. Shi. Hey, a little bit faster. Speed on. Okay, so just again, relax. Enjoy. When we go fast, you do lose some form. There's no doubt about that. But spirit, first, technique second. Yeah, that's my motto, has been ever since I started karate. So not everyone believes in that, but I do. And it's important that we put in, that real effort, okay, when we're really working hard. And eventually we're trying to improve our form all the time. Okay, so, but when you're told to let go and enjoy yourself, then I believe you should do so. Right. Soto-uke gyakusuki. Speed on. Ich. Ni. San. Shi. Right. Us. Relax. Okay, good. Hope you're well. Let's see if there's anybody else on here that I haven't said hello to. Good evening, Isaac. Hope you're well. Good evening, Andy Sensei. Please never apologise for being late. It's just lovely to see people being here. So very, very good. Okay, good. We continue. Let's not hang around. Only got 18 or so minutes left. Okay, great. So next block then, out of the 5 that we're doing this evening, Uchi-uke. Okay, so Uchi-uke I think is the most interesting one. Out of all the blocks, I found this the easiest to learn, and now I find it the hardest to do, and the weakest. Okay, that's just a personal opinion. Most things that go wrong here is people don't do the inside. I like to come from underneath. Okay, I've always been taught that way. I've always believed that's correct. Some people stop here, but I believe to come underneath to here. And then what they do is they bring their shoulder up. Okay, so we are not going to do that. We're going to make sure we here. Block almost with your elbow. Okay, I remember training with Matsuda Sensei on a number of occasions. Okay, Matsuda Sensei is Sensei Akita's sensei from Gifu in Japan, where Akita Sensei is from. And when I very first met him, he was talking about punching with your elbow, blocking with your elbow. And what he meant was your elbow is really key to where your hand goes and where your arm goes, because it's connected. It makes obvious sense. So it's important that we don't do this for Soto-uke. We don't do this for Agi-uke. Our elbows is in the correct place. This is a 90-degree angle and should not change for any of these blocks. Okay, for up, out, and in, it's the same block for 45 degrees. And in fact, for knife hand, it's the same. So this is really important that you're blocking with your elbow. So Soto-uke, we bring the elbow here. That then lines up the arm. Uchi-uke, the elbow is where our kime is felt. I think, for me, the kime is not just felt in the fist, it's felt here. This locks into position. So don't over tense, don't this, okay? Here, 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 here. No shoulders, you don't need them. You don't need them to gain any power. What gains you power is your hip. Yeah, your hip connected to your arm. That's where your power comes from, I promise you. Okay, and speed equals power. So the faster you become, the stronger you become. This is not good. Yeah, not good. Not good practice. Okay, so we're going to step forward at Uchi-uke and right leg, left leg, right leg, left leg. Keep the same form. Keep it simple for everybody to understand. Okay, so Uchi-uke here, each. And back. And right leg knee. And back. San. Shi. Okay, so once more. Shoulders down. Yeah, relax. Relax, relax, relax. Relax, everything's relaxed here. Tension just as you finish. Back. Ich. And back. Ich. And relax. Ich. Okay, so Uchi-uke. Ich. Ni. San. shi, 1、2、3、4、はいよ。はい、ready. Gedan-barai, Uchi-uke, Uchi-uke, Soto-uke. All of this area here is essentially disengaged. When you're in your yoi position, you disengage the shoulders. Okay, don't give things away. Don't tell your opponent you're coming. Don't show them what your tricks are. Okay, magician never shows people how they do their tricks, and we should never show our opponent what we're about to do. Okay, unless we're in a formalized Kion Kumite where we're telling the person what we're about to do, then when we're in Ju Kumite, we should not be saying what we're doing. Okay, and I don't mean verbally. Here I come with an oizuki. It's not what I mean. What I mean is non-verbal communication. Here I come with an oizuki. Shoulder up, elbow out. There you go. I can see it coming miles away. So we are trying to not communicate with these. Okay. So, right, let's now continue with Uchi-uke Gyakuzuki. Okay, so keeping the same form as previously. So again, hips, hanmi when we block, and shomen when we finish with a punch. Okay, hanmi and shomen, hanmi, shomen, hanmi, shomen. Same thing, or exactly the same. Okay, so inside block, each, hey Gyakuzuki, knee, keep it to the hip, and back. Uchi-uke, each. Keep it to the hip. Only at the last second does it come off the hip. Inside block. Each. Knee. Left hand. Each. Knee. Height. Medium speed. Uchi-uke Gyakuzuki. Each. And knee. Each. And knee. Okay, once more. Each. Knee. 3、4。Okay, speed on. Let's go. Enjoy. Uchi-uke Gyakuzuki. 1、2、3、4、はい、やめ。And ready, Hey, and enjoy. And relax. Okay, good stuff. Okay, we're going to have one more block to do. Okay, then we are going to mix them up, have a little bit of fun. So, Shotokan and knife hand block. Don't have long enough to really explain this in full detail. I may actually do just a lesson on Shotokan because you could spend hours on this. And I certainly used to when I was a junior grade because very difficult to do, very difficult to understand. So the stance is changing. We're in Kukutsudachi now. Okay, so this is now our back leg and this is now our front leg. So our Kukutsudachi is changing. Okay, so 30% of the back leg, 70% of the front leg was Zen Kutsudachi. Now it's the opposite, 70-30 for Kukutsudachi. Okay, this is the same as a front stance, natural position, and here. Okay, this is just the stance. That's enough on the stance. The block itself, you need to protect your solar plexus. Okay, where is your solar plexus? If you find your shoulders, okay, kind of come across down into the center here, you will find just below your base of your rib cage. If you come up this way, it's the same way. So if you draw a big cross from your hips to your shoulders, you'll find your solar plexus. It's a little hole there. If you get punched there, you get winded. It's quite bad. It's not very nice. I remember it very painfully. So the Shuto part, and Shuto is this part of the hand here. I'm hoping you can see that. This part of the hand, the fleshy part. Okay, that is sat in, comforting your solar plexus. Okay, for juniors, remember your solar plexus is not a planet. Okay, that's something different. So the solar plexus is here. Okay, and your elbow is 90 degrees. Remember what I said before. Okay, so 90 degrees. And some people think this is 90 degrees. It's not. 90 degrees. Okay, Shuto. So yoi position is pointed out to the same as Uchi-uke and the same as Soto-uke, same thing here. And this time I want you to bring your hand just towards the side of the ear, but don't bring your elbow up. So in other words, very similar to Gedan-barai. So same as Gedan-barai, in fact, open the hand. And when we block, connected the two together, so keep them as tight as you can. Yeah, so they cross to here. And what happens to the hip? The hip goes to hand-me, half facing. So as I said earlier, predominantly most blocks, hips are at hand-me. Okay, so stepping forwards, we're going to step heels in line. So you're going to follow a line now, okay, just backwards and forwards. You're not going to go right leg over here and left leg over here as such. So you're just going to follow a line. So if you've got a line in your dojo, wherever you may be, whether that's the garage, the living room, your bedroom, the kitchen, who knows, maybe you've got a line, but you don't need one. All you need is your hand and your sight. If you look at your feet, you'll go off. If you look at your hands, you'll go straight. I learned that very quickly. Very quickly, I might add, mainly because my sensei taught me it. So from here, Shotokan, hand up here, point yoi position. Shotokan. Okay, this elbow here, 90-degree angle here, protects this rib. Okay, hopefully you can see that. This is where it should be. Not too high, too much of a gap, not too low. This is in line with your chin, the same as all the other blocks were, Uchi-uke, etc. So this is a block for chudan punches predominantly, but can be blocked, can be used for Jodan, and actually can be blocked, used to block for chudan, but it's slightly different, sorry, Gedan, lower leg, it's a slightly different technique. Okay, so we're going to do Shoto-uke, my apologies. So Shoto-uke, left leg forward, ich, hey, come back, shizentai, ni, right leg back, ich, left leg back, ich, left leg forward, ich, and right leg knee, right leg back, left leg back, left leg forward, ich, right leg knee, right leg back, ich, knee. Here, not here. Don't need to protect this. This is good, is it not? It's all paid for. Whether it's full of donuts or 6 packs, it makes no difference. You don't need to protect this bit. You do need to protect this bit. Trust me. This stops you. This doesn't. Makes you feel unwell, but this stops you if you get hit there. Okay, so conscious of time, we're going to change the Gyakuzuki. We're going to change it to a Shihon Nugate. So Shihon Nugate is 4-finger spear hand. Ich, ni, san, shi. 4-finger spear hand, put the 4 fingers together. Keep them as strong as you can together. Take the thumb tucked in, exactly the same as the Shuto position. Okay, so you're going to do, follow me. Make sure I have enough room, my apologies. Os. So we go slowly, Shoto-uke, ich. Back stance, change to front stance. Shihon Nugate, 4-finger spear hand. 8 back to shizentai. Shoto-uke, ich. And ni. So change the stance. Back to shizentai, ich, ni, and back. And shuto, shihon nugate. Once more, ich, ni, ich, ni, ich, ni, ich, ni. Okay, let's go speed up. A little bit of fun with Shuto. Conscious that I'm going to hit that back unit. Okay, ready. Ich. Ni. San. Aya. Shi. Aya. Hey, I'm ready. Anyway. I'm ready. Okay, let's have some fun then. Us. See if you can follow. If you can't, do not worry. Have a go. That's all we ever expect of you. Is to try. Okay. If you counted how many mistakes I made this evening, then very well done. Please don't tell me. I'm conscious of it already. Okay. I'm certainly not going to tell you how many it was now, but there's been a few. There's been a few. Us. We are but human. Okay. Are you ready? So the first one then is going to be an Agiyuki technique. The second one, we'll do the first one, Gedan-barai. Second one, Agi-uke. Third one, Soto-uke. Then Uchi-uke, then Shoto-uke. Okay, so hopefully you'll be able to do some of these. I don't think they're that difficult, really, to be honest. So we'll have a go. Some of them you'll recognise and some of them you may not. So, Gedan-barai, Uraken Gyakuzuki. Ich. Iya. And back. Hey, Gedan-barai, Uraken Gyakuzuki. Ni. Iya. And Gedan-barai, Uraken Gyakuzuki. Son. Iya. Hey, Gedan-barai, Uraken Gyakuzuki. Ich. Iya. Always remember your Uraken. Hey, stop straight in the middle. Never swing it past. No control. Terrible technique. Oof. Okay, so now, Agi-uke, os. Agi-uke, ich, Maoshigeri front leg, Yakuzuki. Agi-uke, ich, Maoshigeri, Yakuzuki. Agi-uke, ich, Maoshigeri, iya. Agi-uke, Maoshigeri, iya. Okay, continue, Soto-uke. Uraken, let's change this. Soto-uke, Yoko Impuchi, Uraken Gyakuzuki. Haha, this happens to be my favorite combination from Kihon. Are you ready? Ich. Iya. 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 Still with me? Hope so. Next technique, Uchi-uke. Next technique, Uchi-uke. Inside four arm block. Os. Ich. Uchi-uke, Kazami, Gyakuzuki. Uchi-uke, Kazami, Gyakuzuki. Uchi-uke, Kazami, Gyakuzuki. Uchi-uke, Kazami, Gyakuzuki. Okay, so our final technique. Shotokan, Maoshigeri Shihonukite. Os. Ich. Iya. Ni. Iya. San. Iya. Shi. Iya. Hey, yeah, man. All right, os. Hey, boy. Okay, just to warm down. Just to warm down. Hey, oi. Hey, step forward, Gedan-barai. Ich. Step forward, Agi-uke. Ni. Stepping back, Soto-uke. Ich. Stepping back, Uchi-uke. Ich. Stepping forward, Shoto-uke. Ich. Once more, opposite side now. Us. Hey, Gedan-barai. Ich. Agi-uke. Ni. Uchi-uke. Ich. Hey, Soto-uke. Ich. Hey, Shoto-uke. Ich. And yame. And inoi. Relax. And finish ready. Us. Hey, yame. And inoi. Okay, very good. Very good. Okay, I hope you have enjoyed that lesson. Our first time on YouTube Live. I do hope it's come through okay. It was a lot of stress. I'm not going to lie. I enjoy doing this part. I get very stressed when it comes to those things that you're watching it through, and that's a computer. I really need my dojo instructors to be with me to help me with this stuff, but of course, none of them can be, and nor can you. So that's the big bugbear of all of this, but hopefully it's okay. Feedback's really important, okay? You won't offend me if you say it was rubbish, Sensei, but I know where you live. But it's important. If I don't get feedback, I can't change things. We're going to try Zoom with some of the black belts on Saturday, and we're just going to have a catch up really more than anything else. But I just want to make sure I can do that. And then if that works okay, I'm then going to plan the Kangeku. I don't think we can do it through the medium of YouTube because I want to see you. I want to see you training with me. And then I want us to have our breakfast together as we would do normally. I was hoping to do it for next weekend, the end of January, but I'll be honest, I think I'm pushing my luck having never done a group Zoom before. I've done small group stuff, but not myself. So I'd rather have a couple of practices if you don't mind. Make sure I get it right, and we'll do the Kangeku no later than the mid of February. Mid of February is still midwinter, so it's a really good time to do it. So that's the plan. We'll be back here on Tuesday next week. Okay, we're going to, if this works well, we're going to use YouTube and not Facebook Live. They've stopped too much of the accessible stuff. Can't save the videos to my device, which means I can't put them on YouTube, and I can't see any of your comments until after the session's ended and uploaded the video to Facebook. So it's much more problematic than it used to be. It used to be really easy, and now, having left the EU, apparently they've got rid of all the nice things that we used to find really easy. So we'll continue hopefully here. Thank you so much for finishing. We'll do as per normal. We'll finish with the Dojo-kun, and then we'll say our goodbyes and finish the lesson. Os. Kiyotsuke. Dojo-kun. Hitotsu. Jinkan koukanzei ni suramoto koto. Hitotsu. Makato no michi o momoru koto. Hitotsu. Doryoku no seishin yashinau koto. Hitotsu. Reigyo o mojuo koto. Hitotsu keki no yo imashimuru koto. Show right? Os. Os. Thank you. Just going to say goodbye to a few people. I can see some comments, kind of, in my blurred eyesight. Get it. Oh, that worked well. I can see one comment. That will do. Thank you, Sensei Cole. And I will do my very, very best to connect with everybody as many different ways as I can. Always trying to improve. I think I need better lighting in my kitchen, stroke studio, stroke dojo. Anyway, thank you so much for joining me this Thursday evening. Massively appreciated as always. You know how much it keeps me going. I hope it does the same for you. Please keep yourself safe, and I will see you hopefully back belts on Saturday, but for the rest of you next Tuesday. Oisunasai arigatou gozaimasu. Goodbye. Jamatane. See you later. Don't forget, Cobra Kai, Netflix is amazing. Please watch it.